Hi there! On my last video, I was explaining the basic psychology behind our unhappiness. So in this video, I'm going to explain you how to cope with the negative thoughts and emotions. And this is based on mindfulness research. So the first rule is that we cannot control our mind or our emotions, even if we are trying so hard. We cannot solve our emotions and thoughts as if they were a problem, because they are not problems. They are something that we should learn to accept and experience. We should learn to accept the thoughts and emotions that arise. We should welcome them without judging them. If you are judging the emotion or thought, you are starting to analyze it. You're trying to solve it, or you are trying to reject it. Rejecting, comparing, and analyzing are not leading you anywhere. They are taking you to the circle of negative thoughts and emotions, of which I talked about in the last video. The nature of our mind is there will always be thoughts arising, but their nature is as well to disappear. So our job is to learn to observe these thoughts as they rise and as they disappear. We need to learn to accept and let go of those thoughts and emotions, because they are not something we can solve. They are not problems. They are just our experiences that we just have to live. They are part of our lives and part of us, but they are not who you are. You are not your thoughts. You are not your emotions. You are someone experiencing them and observing them. You can learn to observe these thoughts and emotions as they were clouds in the sky. They are just there, passing, but they are not the whole sky. They are not your whole experience. Or you can perceive them as waves that come and they go. Because that is the nature of our mind. The nature of our thoughts is to arise and then disappear again. We don't need to cling to those thoughts. We don't need to solve them. We can just learn to accept them and observe them. And finally, you start to notice that between every thought, there is a moment of silence. And this space that you are creating when you are not going into the cycle of negative thoughts and analyzing, the space you are creating while observing these thoughts and emotions is gonna be filled with peace and happiness. Remember never to blame yourself when there are negative thoughts or emotions arising, like, again, I couldn't even be mindful, I couldn't make myself happy. No, it doesn't work that way. You just need to observe and accept. So yeah, that is all I wanted to share with you today. Later on I will be sharing more practices in order for you to live a more mindful life. Have a lovely day.